Okay, hey, welcome in. What's going on? If you can hear noise, I just want you to know, hand on heart, noise like that. If you're hearing seagulls, if you're hearing cars, if you're hearing noise, it's because there is noise. I'm sitting next to a window, exhibit A. Anyway, welcome in. Hey, hi. I'm a goth who reads a lot. What's going on? Today, we are in for a treat. So I didn't sleep last night. I do that often. I just spent a long time working the last like 2 or 3 days, really long hours. So I just want to spend today and tomorrow laying on my couch, laying in my bed, laying around with my little Kindle, reading splatterpunk, okay? If you are a long-time Ethan fan, Ethan enjoyer, if you're a long-time friend of the pod, you would know that last year, it's almost a year ago now, I did a video in October where I read extreme horror books, and I actually haven't read, like, I don't think any horror, like not even just extreme horror or splatterpunk, I haven't read any horror since that video because cows traumatized me, and I just was like, no. But a couple days ago, I was like looking on Kindle Unlimited and I saw a couple of horror books because, you know, I still get them in my rotation on Kindle Unlimited recommendations because I used to read them. So I was like, oh my God, this could be a thing. Because I don't know about you, but fellow goths, I don't know, fellow spooky people, what time do you, this is my question to you, what time of the year, what month, what season, what day do you go, do you wake up, you're like, it's Halloween, you know? Because for some people it's October 31st. For me, it's more like July 1st. You know what I mean? Like, I am celebrating Halloween July, August, September, October, a little bit into November. Let me know what your Halloween schedule is. But I'm behind because it's the end of July and I haven't been reading any spooky books. I haven't been reading much at all. That's why I wasn't really posting videos. But anyway, I did a lot of scrolling through Kindle Unlimited. I watched some YouTube videos with recommendations, read Reddit threads. I read Reddit threads. Okay, I'm serious about this. So today we're gonna read as many splatterpunk, extreme horror, spooky, scary books as possible. We're gonna read today and we're gonna read tomorrow. So we're gonna see how many we can read. I don't really have like a set TBR. I have a giant list of books that are on my Kindle right now, and I'm just gonna try to read as many as I can. And what really helped is I found this website, Godless, and it's an indie horror bookshop online, and you buy ebooks. They're all like $1. I think every single one I got ended up being $2, so I got 11 books for $22, and some of them are like 5 pages, some of them are like 200 pages, some of them are full-length novels. There's just all kinds of stuff on there. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of like really crazy hardcore stuff that I'm not particularly interested in, but that's the point of the website, is like it's uncensored. So maybe one day I'll like look at some of the weirdest ones. I saw some really weird titles. I got a bunch of books from Godless and I got a shit ton of books from Kindle Unlimited. I was scouring Kindle Unlimited. So we are fully stocked on here, guys. We have, like, let me show you. We have these, we have these, we have these, and we have these. I don't know what we're gonna start with. What should we start with? You know what? I just saw this one right before I started the video. It's called Test Town, and it's only like 30 pages. I think I'm gonna start with that one. So we're gonna start with Test Town. Okay, gang, we just finished Test Town. It literally took me 11 minutes to finish it. So, wow. That was so good. It wasn't like super over the top gory. It had a story. It was written really well, and I really liked like the flow of it, you know? For 20 pages, it was a really good one. Like I really liked the writing style. I think I would read another one of her books. Anyway, Test Town. I liked that one. It's about like a nuclear testing site. They go visit it, and it was 20 pages. And one of my favorite horror tropes was in it, which I won't say what it is, but it's also the name of a song, The Way You Can Kill Someone. It's a song. Okay. Really like that. Okay, what should we read next? I kind of want to do a longer book. I'm thinking either 100% Match, which is on Kindle Unlimited, or Camp Slaughter, which I read the first chapter of and I couldn't get into it, but I want to try to read it again. Let's go for Camp Slaughter. We're gonna read Camp Slaughter. This book is part of a series, I think. It might just be 2 books. There's a Halloween one. This book is 269 pages, so we are going to start this bad boy right now. Beatles reference. This is a little bit uncalled for in a book about cannibals. Okay, I'm doing this camera angle because I don't really feel like setting up the camera. I am 29% through Camp Slaughter. It says I have 2 hours and 2 minutes left. I'm sorry about the noise. I think the fire hydrant is being... You know what? It's just ambiance, okay? You're listening to me tell you about my horror novel while there's soft water sounds in the background and traffic. I'm enjoying it. It's very it's not hard to follow, but there's so many characters that every chapter we're moving back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and I'm like, wait, who are these people again? But it's not hard to follow because I know who everyone is. It's just like annoying me because I wish we would stay in one spot a little bit longer, or like just like the structure of the way the story's being told is kind of like, I don't think it's the best way the story could be arranged, like thematic, like periodically. But you know, I'm on chapter 10. We've got some characters to root for. We've got some people cracking down on the mystery of the cannibal in the woods. I didn't really know what this book was about. There's a cabin in the woods. There's a cannibal that eats people and wears their skin. Yeah, not really summer vibes yet though. Like, I'm not really feeling the summer vibes, but it is summer. They're going to a cabin, okay? They've barely been in the cabin though. There's so many characters. Sorry, I'm like going like all over the place. There's so many characters. I do have some favorites. I do like there's likable characters. The pacing is a little strange. Like, some scenes are like lightning quick and some are like 10 minutes of reading, like just so long, and I think that's an interesting choice. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it does make it a little bit exhausting to read at times. You know what? I'm not that far into it, so maybe I should just shut up. Hey, maybe I should just shut up, okay? I'd say I'm enjoying it now, but I was a little unsure about it. Hi guys, it is the next day. Welcome in. It's 10:46 in the a.m. I finished the book, so we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna read all day today. Have no other plans. I have a doctor's appointment, and that's it. So we're just gonna read all day and read as many gory, scary, spooky books as we can. But first, we gotta crack open an Alani. I love these. Not sponsored, can you imagine? But they're so good. This is the Dream Float one, and it's like orange creamsicle. It's so good. I got a pack of them at Costco. This is my last one though. But I want to get the Witch's Brew. I don't know if they're gonna have it in Canada. I don't really know. But anyway, crack it open with me. Oh, I'm bad at this with no nails. Perfect. Before I fell asleep last night, I finished Camp Slaughter, and I have a lot of conflicting thoughts about it. It was hard to explain. It basically, I feel like I never explained the plot of the book, so I'm gonna explain the plot of the book. It's basically you're following like 50 million bajillion characters. There's basically this cannibal that lives in the woods. He lives in like this old abandoned barn that nobody knows is there, and a little whiles away there's a campsite. There's like a cottage, little cabin thing, and there's a guy that rents that out. So it's about the people that rent it out, meeting the cannibal. There's all this stuff going on. There's people filming a documentary. There's all this stuff, and there were so many different characters, and it just felt like the first like third of the book could have been like 50 pages, but it was like 150 pages. And I just feel like we didn't really need as much as we got. Like, there was a lot of like character work. There was a lot of like just going over, showing the characters, what are they doing, their dynamics with each other. But I feel like you could have done that in a lot less pages, and this book could have been a lot shorter, because the second Like the last chunk of the book was really, really good. I just really liked it. It was very gory. It wasn't too disgusting. So if you're a little squeamish, like I think you could still read it. It's like, I wouldn't say it's extreme horror. I would just say it's horror, but it was a good book. It's just like the first like third, maybe half of the book, I was kind of bored. Like I was not so bored that I was not paying attention or that I was wanting to DNF it. I still wanted to finish it, but it was just a little bit boring. It's a mid book. Like I enjoyed it. Anyway, let's pick a book. I want to start with a few shorter ones. How long is 100% Match? Let's see. Because I hear such promising things about this book, like not necessarily all good, but oh, it's 96 pages. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with this. 96 pages, 100% Match. Look at that cover. Isn't that terrifying? I hear it's really gross, so I hope I don't choke on my Alani, okay? Okay, folks, I just finished 100% Match. It literally took me like half an hour to read it. It was so gross, like disgusting, but the plot twist was so good. So good. I really liked how that ended. It was really well paced. It was gross. It was disturbing. So yeah, I liked that. That was good. I think next I'm gonna try, let's see, what do we have? Should we go for something really short or should we go for, I think I'll read one or two like really short ones. Let's do that. I think I'm gonna try this one, Scarlet. I got this on Godless. It was like $2. I don't know how many pages it is, but I think it's like 30 pages. So I'm gonna zip right through it. Okay, folks, welcome back. I just made myself some pizza pops. I don't want to like tilt the thing because they're gonna fall off, but I did finish Scarlet. I read it. It's like took like 10 minutes. It was really short. It was good. I liked the writing style the most. Like that was the thing that I liked the most about the book, was how it was written and just like the writer's voice I really liked. But honestly, like I had a prediction in my head from the beginning of the book how it was gonna go, and it didn't go that way, but I like my version better, if that makes sense. So it wasn't bad or anything. It was good. It was a good read. It was cool. I had a satisfying ending, but not the twist I was looking for. I was waiting for like that extra you know. I'll tell you what it's about. I didn't tell you what it was about because I had no clue. It's basically this woman, she's really had a rough year, and she meets this guy who has a haunted painting, and she goes and visits the painting, and it kind of goes from there. Yeah, a good time. I mean, it was $2, worth the $2 for sure. I don't know what we're gonna read next. I'm gonna eat my pizza pockets. I think I want to read, because like I have a few that are about as long as 100% Match was, and I thought those were gonna take me longer to read, but I read 100% Match in like 40 minutes. I also can't stop thinking about it. It was so like satisfying to read. Like I really recommend that one. It was really satisfying to read, but it's very gross. Like do not read it if you don't like bodily fluids, because that was most of the gross factor, was he was just a freak. I think I'm gonna read No One Rides for Free. I think I'm gonna read that. I've been hearing about this book and this author specifically. She writes pretty much exclusively extreme horror and splatterpunk, and I have another one of her books from Godless as well. So if we like this, then we'll have that. It's 138 pages. Let me just get the cover here. This is the cover, pretty gnarly. It says, warning, No One Rides for Free is an incredibly disturbing and extreme book. It deals with themes that should and will upset readers, including graphic sequences of rape, sexual humiliation, oh my god, I can't read, torture, and gore. I love how she says that and then dedicates the book to someone. So basically all that I know about this book is I think, oh, the following book has been rated X. I think that it's a mother and she is driving with her kid and they pick up a hitchhiker, or they pick up somebody on the side of the road, which why the fuck would you do that with your kid in the car? I don't know. I think that's the plot. I don't know. I'll tell you if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna start that after I eat my pizza pockets. I'm about a third of the way through this book, and if what happens, okay, wait, sorry, I can't talk. If what I think is about to happen is going to happen, I might throw up. No, but I'm scared. This is gonna be bad. Okay, so what I thought was gonna happen kind of did happen. I was like, okay, maybe it's not gonna be so bad, right? Like, it was bad, but I didn't think it was gonna, like, I was like, maybe maybe I can survive, you know, maybe it's gonna be okay. I'm reading, right? I'm reading the book, and I'm like, ew, 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 ew. Then we come here and it says, warning. The following pages of No One Rides for Free are so graphic, disturbing, and depraved, we are legally obliged to give you time to put it down and decide whether or not you want to continue reading. If you read on, then you are consenting to witness the horrors ahead, which are at times unimaginable. You are also expected to read on at your own risk, knowing full and well that the producers of this book are not responsible for any side effects that you may or may not suffer. Do I read it? For you, I'll read it. I might... I'm gonna read it. Okay. Okay, folks, I finished the book, No One Rides for Free. Wow. I must say, if you can't handle or even are a little bit squeamish, or uncomfortable or disturbed or upset in any way, triggered anything by rape, do not read this. Don't read it. It's really, really bad. But I do want to say, I understand the vision now. I read the foreword or the afterword, whatever it's freaking called, the afterword by the author, Judith Sonnet. And she wrote this book in 10 days. She wrote and edited and whatever and like finished the book in 10 days. And first of all, that's really impressive, really awesome. She said she just wanted to do it, wanted to challenge herself. But she also said that she's a survivor of assault and wanted to write a book that was just disgusting and awful. And there was no kind of like commentary or like deeper meaning to like water it down, she said. She wanted it to just be horrifying, but it has an ending that is very satisfying. I will just put it like that. And I think I'm glad that I read the whole thing and I read the afterward, because I really do understand the vision, and I do think that she did her job well. Like, she did it well. I think it wasn't poorly written. It was really well written, actually. It was, you know, like, it was a satisfying ending, but it was really hard to get through. But in the afterward, she said that was her goal. She wanted it to be a book where you're like, should I finish this? This is so bad. This is so disgusting. This is so scary. Like, she wanted it to be hard to get through and hard to witness. And I really, really like that. I do understand that, and I do respect that. And I think I have a new respect for extreme horror that goes in this direction now, because I understand where the authors are coming from now, or at least where she was coming from. I would say 99% of people do not read this book, but if you want that kind of comfort of like, I think if you are accustomed to this, you're an extreme horror reader, it's a good read. But I'm glad I read it. I was right about the synopsis, by the way. Well, not really. It wasn't a hitchhiker. He was just in her car. The mom went to the gas station. There's 2 kids in the car, teenagers. She comes back from the gas station bathroom and there's a guy in the car. And yeah, that was... So I actually have to leave for my doctor's appointment in an hour, so I think I'm gonna try to bang out as many really short books as I can. So I think the next one I'm gonna read, I'm really excited about this one. I'm gonna read, this is a Godless book. I got it for like $2. Eternal Flower of Your Soul, and I do believe that this is a debut. I don't know who the author is, but I'll figure that out. I'll be putting everything in the description, all the books. But yeah, we're gonna read this. I think it's about 30 pages. Gonna read it. Shocked and horrified by what I just read. Shocked and horrified. That was really, really good body horror. It was disgusting. Like, to the point where I'm reading it and I'm like, you know, I couldn't stop reading because I just wanted to, like, I wanted to read it because it was just really well done. If you like body horror, very good. Basically, it's this like minimalist guru, and she's making a video showing how she's gonna achieve perfection. It was quite something. It was pretty nasty, but I really liked it. What should we read now? It's 1:55. Let's try. I don't know. Okay, I don't really know what I'm in the mood for right now, so I'm just gonna kind of breeze through a couple really short ones. So I'm gonna read Black Cat Bones. Okay, hey, it's a lot later. I haven't vlogged because I had to go to the doctor, so I'm back now. Anyway, I did read Black Cat Bones before I left, and I really enjoyed it. It was very dark, not very like scary or gory. It was just really, really dark. It was very sad. It was a very sad book, basically following this, like, I think 9-year-old girl, and her mom's a heroin addict. She kind of just wanders the streets all day, and you kind of just follow her adventures. That's kind of all I want to say. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good time. Now I noticed that I have a book from Godless by the same author as 100% Match, so I'm gonna read that next. I'm gonna try to bang out as many books as I can before I go to bed. It's 6:30. I'm gonna read until I can't anymore. Next, we're gonna read The Screaming Tree. Pretty freaky ass cover, and don't know what it's about, so we're just gonna dive in. Okay. I just finished the book. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome. I loved that. Such good imagery, so creepy, so good. Such a good concept. Love. The author, Patrick C. Harrison the third, or PC3 as he is called apparently, new favorite. We're gonna have to read more of him another time because... Anyway, what should we read next? Let's read Broken Dolls. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It is, let's see how long it is. Warning, this is an extreme horror novella. It features graphic, disturbing, and offensive content. It is not recommended for sensitive readers or readers under the age of 18. 86 pages. Okay, I'm gonna read it now. Okay, folks. So, some updates for you. I did read Broken Dolls a little bit. I read 32 pages and DNF'd it, okay? I am so mad. I hate this book. I'm very angry. Okay, sorry, I don't hate it. I left a scathing hot review because there were a lot of things that I found, not just that I didn't like, but that I found problematic. So I thought I would read the review. 30 pages in, an author uses the R slur three times. And I will add, it was within 5 pages. I read 32 pages total, but I think the 3 uses of the R slur were within like 5 or 6 pages. So yeah, so then I said, I just don't feel like supporting someone who uses slurs not as a reflection of a certain time period, state standard, or a societal norm, but just as an adjective, just to make this dude unlikable. Also, the main character was a former traditionalist Christian, and I'm supposed to believe she's not homophobic anymore. The way that the main character was like explained to us, like the way she was like being introduced, she was like, she believed in all the traditional Christian values. She didn't think you should have sex before marriage. She believed that divorce was a sin. She like taking every box, and then she was like, oh my god, I just realized you can probably hear boots eating. I'm sorry about that. Some ASMR for you in the background. She says every single talk, every single thing for me to think, okay, she's very conservative. She's very conservative Catholic woman, which is fine. So she's supposed to be like, she's out of the mist, and she's not like super traditionalist anymore, and she has some self-worth, and she's not rattled with Christian guilt, you know what I mean? And now she's not homophobic anymore, but people can do whatever they want, just as long as they're 2 consenting adults. And that is like a dog whistle to me. When someone says people can do whatever they want, it's none of my business as long as it's 2 consenting adults. That, I know that sentence might not sound like problematic, and it's not, but people that say that usually are the people who are weird towards me because I'm gay. You know what I mean? The people who say things like that actually do have a problem with it. You know what I mean? So I just didn't like her, and then she just, okay, let me read more of the review. I instantly disliked her because of her flimsy characterization and insistence that she was not homophobic. Her characterization was also flimsy in general. She's set up to be mistrusting of men as a result of her divorce, which was very recent in the character's life, so like obviously this would be affecting her treatment towards men and her behavior around men. Yet she lets 2 young men be alone in her room with her 12-year-old daughter. The main character was just so clueless in general. When someone points a knife at your daughter's throat, your instinct is to argue with them. Prose was also just amateurish overall, and so many typos. I counted 5 in 32 pages. The words were so misspelled that I couldn't even tell what it was supposed to say. Missing periods, misspelled words, missing conjunctions. There was nothing here for me at all. Sorry to drag an indie author down, but this needed serious work before being published. I do think it needed serious work before being published, but I also think maybe even if it had been worked on, I think this author is just not for me, because I was looking through his other books. He uses the R word in like every single one of his books. Like using it, like obviously murderers and rapists are bad people. Like yes, groundbreaking material. So like them using slurs in the book, I don't immediately think that means the author is racist or homophobic or whatever the slur may be, especially if it's like a period piece or something. Like obviously there's gonna be, like, I know when I'm reading a book about being gay in the 70s that there's gonna be homophobic language, you know what I mean? That's an example. But when someone's just using it in replacement of another curse word, or just saying it so casually and none of the characters react to it, like she wasn't offended that he said the R slur, she was offended that he was swearing in front of her daughter because she's a good Christian. Like she didn't care what word he used. Okay, hey, what's going on? What's up, guys? What's going on? Oh. You want to come and do the video? This is Boots, if you're not from around here. This is Bootsy. Say hi, Bootsy. I'm just gonna wait for him to decide where he wants to go. Okay, he's sitting down. He's all ready to go. He's sat and ready. I would show you, but it took me like 10 minutes to set up this fucking tripod, so I'm not gonna take any chances. So it's been a few days. I look a mess. I know, okay? I know I look a mess. You don't have to tell me. This is not what I looked like when I left the house today, but I've used up all of my appearance points. So we have regressed, okay? The lipstick is not lipsticking. The Pierce the Veil shirt is not, this is my bedtime shirt, okay? But I did need to film this before I continue editing the video. I just wanted to do a little wrap up on all the books we read. Look, they're both boys and they're kissing. Okay, sorry. So let's sit down and talk about all 10 books we read. This is low-key gonna be super quick because I'm also going to be doing a July wrap-up. Or wait, was it July? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a July wrap-up and all of these books will be talked about in that video as well. So the first book we read was Test Town. I loved this. This is probably tied with 100% match. This is probably my favorite that I read. I really liked this. I know it was only 23 pages, but it was literally like every single page counted, you know, like it was just so good. I really recommend this if you're looking for a short story, novella, anything like that, that's got the good death scenes, that's got the good gore, but it's not overkill and it's good writing and it flows well. I really liked that. And then we read Camp Slaughter. Camp Slaughter was all right. The longer I go without having read it, the more conflicted I feel about it. But I did feel conflicted about it the whole time. Like I feel like I kind of showed that, but I don't really know like how I feel about this book still. I do think I'm gonna read the next one, so if that gives you anything to think about, just know that I will probably read the next one. So I liked it enough to read the next one, I guess. Then we read 100% Match. This was so good. Again, one of my top favorites of this whole video. It was so good. It was disgusting. It had a main character that you just love to hate. Like you just loved to be like, oh my god, he's so disgusting and I hate him so much. Like it was so fun to do that in this book, and I just really liked it. I really liked the way it was written. It was so compelling. I really liked it. How many times am I gonna say I really liked it? Then we read Scarlet. So Scarlet was one that I read from Godless. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I thought it was worth a try. I do think this author is one that I'm gonna check out a little bit more from. Then we have No One Rides for Free. Now this one was unironically a ride. Honestly, I would say this is one of my top favorites of the reading vlog as well. I would say those are my 3 favorites. Test Town, 100% Match, and No One Rides for Free. No One Rides for Free was just like, it was so unbearable at times that I didn't really think, wow, this is gonna be a favorite, but it stuck with me and I can't stop thinking about it, and I just keep thinking to myself, like I really wanna read a book that makes me feel like this book made me feel, even though at the time I was like, I don't know if I can handle this, like this is making me feel so bad. That was the point, and it was just so satisfying in the end, because this story ends in a way that a lot of real life stories like this do not end. So I really liked everything about this, to be honest, and I'm definitely going to be reading more of Judith Sonnet's work. Then we have Eternal Flower of Your Soul. This had such good body horror. This had the gore. This was disgusting. Not disgusting like bodily fluids or throwing up or anything like that. It was just so, the mutilation, it was so creative and it was so unbearable. Like I was literally reading it like it was so hard to read, not because it was like upsetting as in like emotionally, but it was just so like, I could picture it in my head what she was doing to herself, and I was like, so I really liked that. Then we read Black Cat Bones. This is the same author, I believe, as Scarlet. Again, really liked this. Nothing too special though, but I did enjoy it. I think I liked this one more. It was very dark. It wasn't necessarily like gory or anything. It was just really fucked up. So yeah. Then we have The Screaming Tree. This is by the same author as 100% Match. I loved this. The twist was very predictable and I wish that it had been more abrupt, but overall I really liked this story and the imagery was really amazing. I thought it was really good horror imagery, so I really liked that. Then we read, I think these last two books I didn't talk about, but I read Truck Stop Diner. This is like 6 pages. It's just a little debut short story. I think it's a debut. It was good, predictable, but satisfying. Not much to say. It was 6 pages. Then I read The Portal in the Woods. Didn't love this one. I do think that there's potential with this author, but this just needed work. It wasn't even a story. Like, it felt like the story told itself and then it just kept going somehow. So I just felt like there was a lot missing from this book, but it was like a short story, so I don't really give it that much of a hard time because of that, but nothing memorable, you know. So those are all the books that we read in this video. I hope you enjoyed. This was really fun. If you want me to do more horror reading vlogs, I definitely will. I definitely plan to, because this was so much fun and I'm just in such a mood to read horror now. So yeah, thank you for tagging along. Thanks for being a friend. See you next time. Bye bye.